Good morning, children. Welcome to another session of e-learning program. I hope you have completed your previous homework. In the previous class, you have watched the video of I will do it. In this class, I am going to explain you briefly the summary of I will do it. First, we'll see about the author. Who is the author of this? Sudha Murthy. Who is Sudha Murthy? Sudha Murthy is the wife of N.R. Narayana Murthy. Is an Indian social worker and author. Okay. I will do it. Narayana Murthy in his early days, how he was, I'll explain you. First, he was short, he was sharp, he was the brightest boy in his class. His seniors used to ask him to solve their difficulties in science. If their seniors, if they are having any doubts, if they are finding it difficult, they used to go to Narayana Murthy and ask him to solve their difficulties related to science. He could have gone unnoticed in a crowd, but once you asked him a question related to physics or maths, there was a spark in his eyes. He could grasp theories of science faster than the speed of light. He came from a poor but educated family. He belongs to poor but educated family. Who was his father? His father was a high school teacher and an avid reader of English literature. Okay, he, like all the boys in his class, was trying to get admission into some engineering college. The brighter ones wanted to study in the Indian Institutes of Technology or the IITs. There was an entrance test for IIT. As you already know, there will be an entrance test for IIT. Okay, this boy, who is this boy? Yes, Narayana Murthy, along with his friend, applied to appear for the test. Which test? IIT, entrance for IIT. They did not have any special books or coaching. During the days, there were no coaching like nowadays, right? Nowadays, we are having many coaching centers and everything for every competitive exams and entrance exams. But in those days, there were no special books or coaching. Everyone has to read among themselves only. All these IIT aspirants would sit below the shade of a stone mandap close to Chamundi Hills in the sleepy town of Mysore. He was the guide for the others. As he is the brightest boy in the class, so he used to guide his friends. While the others struggled to solve the problems in the question paper, he would smile shyly and solve them in no time. He sat alone below a tree and dreamt of studying what at IIT. It was the ultimate aim for any bright boy at that age, as it still is today. He was then only 16 years old. Yes, as your age, near about your age only. So after the 10th class, everyone will have a dream, right? You want to do doctorate or engineering, all that. Even at that age, he want to do engineering. Okay, and he want to study at IIT. D-Day came. He came to Bangalore, stayed with some relatives and appeared for the entrance test. He did very well, but would only say okay when asked. Yes, when the toppers, they'll say like that only, no? Brighter students of the class, how you wrote means they'll say okay. Even though they'll write it very well, what they'll say okay, like that. He also, even after doing it very well, he just say okay when he was asked like how you wrote exam means it was okay. Okay. It was the opposite when it came to food. Okay, when it comes to food, when he said okay, it implied bad. Well, when he said good, it implied okay. When he said excellent, it implied good. When it comes to food, it was quite opposite for that. His principle, why he used to tell like that? Because his principle was never to hurt anyone. The IIT entrance results came, as you know that he did very well. He had passed with a high rank. What a delight for any student. Everyone will be happy, no, if he'll pass with a high rank. He was thrilled. He went to his father who was reading a newspaper. What was his father doing? He was reading a newspaper. Anna, I have passed the exam. Well done, my boy. I want to join. Where he want to join? Narayanamurthy in IIT. His father stopped reading the newspaper. He lifted his head, looked at the boy and said with a heavy voice, "My son, you are a bright boy. You know our financial position. I have 5 daughters to be married off and 3 sons to educate. I am a salaried person. I cannot afford your expenses at IIT." What was his father telling? I know that you are a bright boy, but as he is a salaried person, and he has 5 daughters to be married and 3 sons to be educated, so he could not afford the expenses for Narayanamurthy at IIT. You can stay in Mysore and study as much as you want. Because their financial position was not good. Indeed, it was a difficult situation for any father. Will the fathers will do wantedly? No, right? It is a situation of that. Difficult situation for any father to say no to his bright son. But circumstances were like that. It was common then for the man to be a single earning member, salaried person, because he is the only one who used to earn, and based on his family depends, his earning only. Be the single earning member with a large family depended on him. Everyone depends on him only, right? His father was sad. Will the fathers will be happy if they'll stop their sons of doing anything? No. But the situation is like that. His father was sad that he had to tell the bitter truth to his son, but it could not be helped. The boy had to understand the reality. Who has to understand now? This boy, Narayanamurthy, has to understand. The teenager was disappointed. As it is a teenage, everyone will get disappointed, right? Wantedly my father, like I could not do. They'll think in that way. But it is, we have to understand the situation at that time. It seemed his dreams had burned to ashes. He was so near to fulfilling his fondest hope, yet so far. His heart sank in sorrow. He did not reply. He did not tell anything to his father. He never shared his unhappiness or helplessness with anybody. He was an introvert by nature. His father was bleeding, but he did not get angry with anybody. The day came. What is the day? When his classmates were leaving for Madras, which is now called as Chennai. They were taking a train from Mysore to Madras. Why they were taking that? Yes, to join at IIT. They have shared good years in school and college together. He went to the station to say goodbye and good luck to them for their future life. At the station, his friends were already there. They were excited and talking loudly. The noise was like the chirping of birds. They were all excited and discussing their new hostels, new courses, etc. His friends were discussing at the station. He was not part of it. So he stood there silently. As he was not part of that, he was silently standing there and noticing what his friends were doing. One of them noticed and said, "You should have made it." He did not reply because he was not in good mood at that time. He did not reply. He only wished all of them. They waved at him as the train slowly left the platform. He stood there even after he could no longer see the train or the waving hands. It was the June of 1962 in Mysore city. Monsoon had set in and it was getting dark. It had started to drizzle, yet he stood there motionless. He asked to himself without any anger or jealousy, all students from the IITs study well and do big things in life, but it is not the institution. Ultimately, it is you and you alone who can change your life by hard work. Probably he was not aware that he was following the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita. Your best friend is yourself and your worst enemy is yourself. Later, he worked very hard and focused on one thing, never bothering about his personal life or comforts. He shared his wealth with others. He never used the help of any caste, community, or political connections to go up in life. A son of a school teacher showed other Indians it was possible to earn wealth legally and ethically. He built a team of people who were equally good. He became a pioneer of India's software industry and started the information technology wave. Today, he has become an icon of simplicity, uncompromising quality, and fairness apart from being a philanthropist. He really believes in the motto powered by intellect and driven by values. Who is he? He is none other than Nagavara Rama Rao Narayana Murthy, the founder of Infosys, a leading IT company in the world. And today's your homework is conversation and diary entry related to this lesson. I'll be sharing the WhatsApp of PDF of this conversation and diary entry. Write in your notes neatly and learn it. I hope you have understood this the summary of the lesson. I'll be meeting in the other session. Till then, stay home, stay healthy.